She's the co-founder and content strategist of Pathlinks, and she's helping marketing teams and business owners build their authority, network, and community on LinkedIn. And if you haven't connected with her on LinkedIn, I'd do it ASAP, because the stuff she puts out is astonishing. It's phenomenal. And I'm so excited to introduce you to Fanny Dunagan.
Good morning. How's everyone today? Awesome. Before I begin, can I just get a feel of the room and see where we're all at? And feel free to kind of look around the room yourselves as I kind of go through these questions. And maybe there'll be some collaborators, partners, potential clients, connections that you might want to build here. Real quick, how many of you are with an agency? Oh, wow. Okay. Majority room. How many of you are business owners? Nice. Okay. How many of you create a lot of written content? About half, yeah. How many of you create a lot of video content? Oh, only about 25%. So lots of possibilities here. Awesome. How many of you live stream? Just a handful. Okay. How many of you have thought of live streaming but haven't done it yet? Another little handful. Yeah. And how many of you are like, never ever will I live stream, forget about it? Well, you might be thinking it and not raising your hand, right? Awesome. Well, this presentation is all around live streaming. And even if you're never to live stream, I suggest you kind of like gather some of the content in there that you can reuse and repurpose and use to help build your clients. I'm going to talk a lot about building authority, because at the end of the day, it's all about building up your authority, your client's authority, having that be viewed as the thought leader and trusted advisors of their industry. Are we able to pull it up? Coming. Okay. Well, while he's doing that, then maybe I'll do a little exercise I always do at the beginning of my presentations. And since we're kicking off the presentation, kicking off the day, would you like to do something different and kind of unusual while we're getting all that set up? Just to kind of set the tone for the whole day. How many people are ready to do that? Yes. Okay. So let's do this. You're all sitting at your chairs. Let's take a moment to just kind of like notice ourselves in the room. And if I could have your permission to close your eyes. Get settled into your chair. Deep breath in and blow it out. Another deep breath in. Blow it out. Another deep breath in. And I'd like for you to put your hand on your heart. And think about why you're here. Why are you here? Why are you willing to spend 2 whole days out of your busy schedules? What do you hope to learn? What do you hope to gain? What connections do you want to make? What people you'd like to meet? Are you open? Are you open to learning? Are you open to meeting new people? I encourage you to open yourself up to being more than you've been, to remember your greatness, and to remember why you're here, and to open yourself up to possibilities that will happen here and in the next room again. Notice yourself in the room. And open your eyes. Are we ready? Are we set? And there it is. My goal today is to help you to transform your business through live streaming. And I'd like to start off with a quick story. It's actually a story of procrastination and resistance to change. So I've been creating lots of content for numerous years on LinkedIn, doing lots of videos and written form and all kinds of stuff. And in 2019, LinkedIn created LinkedIn Live. It opened up the opportunities for people to apply and to do beta testing of LinkedIn Live. And that was at the beginning of 2019. And I heard about it, and I was like, well, I'm already creating videos. Why would I want to live stream? Why would I want to open myself up to making mistakes live, like where I couldn't edit out all my mistakes or edit out all my ums or whatever it is? And why would I want to put myself up for like technical glitches and random things that will happen, right? Oh, well, there you go. Welcome to live. God.
I already learned so much from 2 weeks ago when I saw the presentation, but now I just learned a hands-on tactical strategy too.
That is.
So,
here, don't forget
did I
phone.
fix it? Uh-huh.
People will be like, "Ooh, I didn't see the stairs there."
Uh-huh.
You just forget it and you just go because nobody
Yeah.
cares. Right?
Yes. Oh. And I just grounded the whole audience.
I know,
too.
I know.
Damn it. Oh my gosh. And I just like grounded everybody too, right? You're grounded now. We did. And so this is a lesson in adapting to whatever life throws at you, especially with live streaming, where you just got to roll with it, because there's always technical glitches. But yeah, I wanted to just share with you my story real quick about how I got onto LinkedIn Live. Like I said, I was procrastinating. I didn't want to go live. Why should I? I can always edit out mistakes, whereas with live, you just see everything, right? You see all the quirks and all the glitches, and so I resisted it. And so all throughout 2019, they were for beta testers, they were looking for people to apply, and I refused to. And I started to actually feel like a hypocrite, because I was telling people to get on video and put yourself out there. And even though I was doing that, I wasn't doing that with live streaming. Until finally, one of my connections on LinkedIn said, you gotta do it, just apply, just apply. And so reluctantly, on December 2019, I applied, and I was actually secretly hoping I didn't get approved also. I was that resistant. I was that kind of like nervous to do things live. And the first week of March 2020, I saw this little notification that said, approved, LinkedIn Live. And I was cautiously happy, because I was like, oh great, I'm approved, I can do it now. And then, oh crap, I have to go live now. And if you know what happened in March 2020, the whole world shut down, right? And all eyes turned to their phones and digital. And I thought, oh, it's a sign from the universe. It's time. And so one afternoon, I had like a black t-shirt on. I wasn't even really like done up. I just quickly put on lipstick, sat down at my computer, hit the go live button, and the first two sentences out of my mouth were, can anyone see me? Can anyone hear me? And from there, I just started to have a conversation with the audience. And it's been 3 years now, and the things that I've discovered along the way, from live streaming, the guests that I have met, the industry leaders, the opportunities, the leads that have been generated, the content that have been generated, it's really transformed my business. And I want to share with you all the possibilities that are available when you live stream. First of all, what is it? Right? I scoured around looking for a really great succinct definition. And I really like this one, a social media feature that invites brands and users to share unedited, raw footage in real time. The three key words that I think of when I see that is unedited, raw, and real. In this world of changing thoughts, of quiet quitting, of authenticity, people want real now. They actually don't want perfection. In fact, I think a lot of people distrust perfection or the perfectly edited formats and things like that out there. People want to see the real you. People want to see the real behind the scenes of a company or an agency. By 2023, it's forecasted that there will be 163 million live video viewers in the US. The US population is about 350 million, so that's almost half of the US population that will be watching live video. Average watch time, 18 minutes on demand, but 24 minutes live video. 27% more watch time of live video. And this statistic really kind of surprised me, but it also really affirms the importance of live video and live streams. Craving greater authenticity for brands, 80% of customers now say they prefer video company's blog. Do you feel that way sometimes for yourself? If you're trying to check out a company, you're kind of looking for the videos and seeing who's the founders or who are the key people there versus reading a page. Not that that's not important, but it's such a compliment to it. So why? Why live stream? Got to start with why. Live streaming, remember when you looked around the room, the people that were willing to live stream, this is just a handful. But when you do it, you end up standing out. You'll grow your business at a much more accelerated rate. and reach a wider audience that you may never meet in your own immediate circles. Because it's digital, you end up meeting people from other cities and states and even countries. People are tuning in 12 hours difference in time zones. So why? And whether you're live streaming or other forms of content, I always think of these as the 3 pillars of content. Okay? 3 pillars of why we help our clients build their brands and build their content and build live streams is to build authority, network, and relationships. Authority, network, and relationships. And I'm going to go deep into each of those. But before I get into the tactics and the hows and things like that, what's holding you back? Those that never ever want to live stream or are thinking about it but haven't done it, what's holding you back? Just shout it out. What do you mean by that? Demographics? Are you going to get the right audience to watch you? What else? What holds you back? Absolutely. Technical glitches? Yes. Yes. Right. Yes. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. Nothing's more frightening, actually, at least to me, than live streaming. Maybe speaking in front of a crowd. But again, over time, right, you'll end up getting used to it. So all these things hold us back. But I want to tell you a little story that I had with one of my clients. I used to record videos with him, and this is a leader and partner of a technology consulting firm, super successful. They make $300 million in a year. And he's used to presenting to Fortune 500 companies, presenting in front of a whole group of senior leadership and closing millions of dollars in deals. But when I sat down with him to record a video, he stumbled. Right? Having to stare at that lens and talk, he got into his own head. He stumbled over his words. Eventually, we had to write out a script for him, and he would hold that script in front of him, look down, not move his head too much so it wouldn't change the frame, look down, look at his one sentence, look back up, say the sentence to the camera, look back down again, say the sentence. And we did this for the whole video, and then we just edited and stitched it together. So here is this super successful, well-spoken man that could present and close huge deals, not being able to speak on camera. However, I invited him on one of my live streams, and just like when he presents, he was able to carry on a conversation, carry on and share his expertise, and become super articulate because it was live. Because when you have live, you just got to push through. So there is no pause or stop on a live stream. But you push forward, and it sets you free from being perfect. How many people have clients like that? Right? That like really get nervous and antsy to do a recording. But when you shift to live stream, it almost kind of like they realize they have to turn on, and they're already great at presenting, so they can kind of push through and get it all out in one go. And what happens is, when you live stream, it ends up attracting people to you instead of you having to go out and do cold outreach. Instead of going out, they're coming to you. But if we don't take action, we'll never achieve our goals, right? Just like Chris said earlier, if you're not going to take action, then it's a moot point. So if you're not going to take that one action, then you're stuck. So I'm going to give you some tactics and things that we can do to get moving on that. So one of the very first challenges that people always say is people just don't know you or your agency or your business as the expert and authority in your business or in your industry and field. You might be known within your circles or referrals, but they just don't know you're the expert. So how do you change that? You change that by building your authority. Authority improves lead generation, sales conversions, and referrals. By the way, this is an amazing book, Rusty Shelton, called Authority Marketing. And as a result of live streaming, I was able to invite him on my live show in a few weeks. And that's another thing, right? If you want to start to gather a community of thought leaders and industry leaders to your business, to your agency, it's always fun and amazing when you say, hey, will you be on my live show? Versus, hey, can I pitch you this about my business? It's a huge difference. So how do you go about doing that? Write this part down. Number one, when you live stream and you want to build your authority, define your audience. Right? You mentioned a little bit about your demographics. What is their age group, their gender, their communication preferences? Right? Are they more technical people? Do they prefer facts and figures? Are they more story-oriented people? Do they prefer stories and things that make them feel something? Right? Really ask yourself, who is my ideal client and ideal customer? Right? And jot all those things down and define your target audience. Next, define your specialty. Right? The riches are in the niches. What are you going to talk about on your live stream? Just broad topics? While that's great, but think about ways to kind of niche down even further. I'm on LinkedIn and I can easily give LinkedIn tips, but instead I prefer to talk about content when it comes to content marketing and content to post on LinkedIn. Right? Niche down, think about where your specialty is. Right? Base search marketing, I'm staring at their sign right there, right? Link building and content. That's a great niche. And then define your format. The various types of format. Do you want to be a single host and you're the one to do all the content and talk about everything yourself and sharing your expertise? Or do you want to do it as you interviewing guests, right? One-on-one with guests. Or do you want to do one with a panel? You have yourself or someone in your agency or your business hosting and a panel of experts. Or do you want to do a virtual event? Right? We're live streaming right now. Right? Define your format. From there, what do you want to talk about? Right? Here's all the different types of content you can pump out. Number one, how-tos and educational content. Tips, advice, strategy. Step 1, step 2, step 3, you could do a whole webinar live. And then from there, you can also have Q&A. You can invite influencers in your field. And from there, their audiences can start to see your content and your expertise. And somebody asked about do we need fancy equipment and do we need fancy setup? I'm going to show you both options. As you can see, these live streams were just at my house, in my office. You can easily do that. Because what you're going to see later on is it's all about the community that you build. They will come to you if you provide that value and that relationship building. Even if you're doing it out of your home, even if it's a very simple setup, it's all about the relationships that you build. You could have elaborate sets, right? Chris mentioned Jeff Crilly, who will be in tonight to teach podcasting, right? You could have you can go to a studio where you don't have to handle any of the logistics, right? And have Q&As with existing and potential clients. When you live stream, it's a great opportunity to invite people that you want as potential clients and to interview them, have them share their expertise. And as a result, you get them in the door to your business, to your agency. And from there, you're going to open up a whole conversation with them. And they're also going to see what it's like to interact with you. So it's a great lead generator and relationship builder with existing and potential clients. Subject matter experts. Let's say you want to learn something, right? I just met Hank today, right? And he told me his expertise is email marketing. My head was already spinning. Oh, maybe I should have him on my show. I really need to learn email marketing myself. That's a great opportunity to invite an expert in an area where you don't know enough about that, and then have them basically have a one-on-one session with you. And not only does your community benefit, but you also benefit and learn as well. So you can totally turn it around like that. If you have products, if you have things that you can demonstrate, have a show where you show products and demo it and feature it, right? Live selling is a huge right now. Grace Duffy, everyone shout out to her. She introduced me to another connection and another one, and as a result, I found out about the whole world of live selling, right? That's huge on Amazon right now. Right? Literally, you feature a product and then they can order the product right there off of Amazon. Product or service reviews. Right? I once heard, you don't always have to be the chef. You could be the food critic. Right? So you don't have to be the key expert. You can be the one that reviews products and services as well. I love books, so I actually have a lot of authors that end up being on the show, and it's a great way, again, to learn, feature them because they want to promote their book, and then they also have audiences that will end up following you, and it becomes this great win-win situation. And then, right, how many people run out of content sometimes to post? When you live stream, especially if you do it for 30 minutes, 60 minutes, and it goes quick, especially when you're interviewing somebody, you're going to have so much content to chop up and repurpose. Right? Feel free to take a photo of this image, right? Because when you live stream, you're going to end up being able to cut out short form videos, and then from there the content can become carousels, can become a podcast. You could pull out quotes from your guests or yourself and make quote cards. Text-only posts are super popular on LinkedIn as well. And then from there, the transcript of what you produced and came out through your live stream becomes blogs, articles, and newsletters. So from 1 30 or 60-minute live stream, you can end up with 30 pieces of content that you can repurpose across all your different platforms. And this here, if nothing else, right, even if you don't think you wanted live stream, this here will save you so much time because you just do it, organize it once, go live, and then suddenly you have all this content that you can repurpose. And then you can also, if you don't want to be the interviewer, you can be a guest on people's live shows. And from there, ask them for the recording. I was on this other podcast live show, and I ended up getting 10 micro videos out of it. And I use that to pump it out onto my streams and posts. And over time, the more building their authority. Challenge number 2. This is another thing that holds people back. Okay? Not enough people know you to drive continuous leads. Right? How many of you have that challenge? Right? You have a few referrals, it's going great, but it's not continuous. But if you're doing a show every week, every 2 weeks, even if you're doing it every month, you're still going to end up with all that content that I described, and you're still going to be able to pump out a lot of things to set you up as the authority and drive people to you. So with that challenge, it's about building a bigger network. So how is that possible with live stream? Quick reminder here, how many people have heard this quote? Yeah, your net worth is equivalent to your network. And the bigger your network is, the more people know about you. Even if they never buy from you, they may refer you, they may like your content and engage with your content, and then their network sees your content. It's all about increasing your connections and followers, and that's really effective with live stream. So think about this. Think of live streaming as this like accelerated networking. Right? When you go live, you have your network that starts to listen and pay attention to you. But then if you have guests, right, then they're going to invite their network to your show. Right? And then from there, if you have a co-host, I have a community manager that helps me with a huge network herself. They will help you promote as well. Right? And then finally, your audience, you can ask your audience to tag people, to invite people to your show. And so suddenly it's like networking on steroids, and you end up with this massive network potential that can tune into your content, into your show. So tactics, right? Once you're live, once you're going out there, always ask people to follow and connect with you during the show. In addition, ask your audience to engage with each other, right? Because we're going to build community, we're going to build loyalty. And so not only are they going to get connections with you, encourage them to connect with each other, encourage them to find collaborators, potential clients, meet people in the comments of the feed and the live stream. Okay. Obviously, ask your guests to invite their network, and emails. Okay. This is something I need to grow. Okay. In the midst of your show, ask people to sign up for your newsletters. Okay. They're already watching, they're already involved with you, they're already engaging with you, they're already sitting there listening. Ask for their emails while they're there. And then promote, promote, promote. Challenge number 3. Let's say you have a show, and let's say you have people tuning in. How do you even get people to stay an hour when time is so people that are going to see you live? You can coach live, you can present live, you can interview live. And so your audience starts to get a glimpse of what it's like to work with you. So by the time they call you or message you, there's such a warm lead. tells me what are the topics that people are interested in. Comments have huge power in connecting and networking abilities. At the end of the day, the more we watch it, the more refer you, advocate for you, and bring you business success. So relationship tactics. When you're live streaming, always acknowledge your clients. Always acknowledge your audience. Hey Susan, thanks for tuning in. Oh, I see we have Joe from Montana tuning in. Oh my gosh, we have somebody from Jamaica tuning in. Thank you for spending this time with me. Right? Acknowledge your audience, that builds relationship. And then what I do is, after every live show, I go back and I reply to all comments. And that might seem tedious to some, and that might seem redundant to some, but that sure beats having to go out and network all the time. I can do that sitting on my couch. And building relationships through comments. Rewards and games. I give out tripods and mics to the best question or the best commenter in the live stream. You absolutely win clients. Offer value that's obvious, and remember little facts about your audience. If you know somebody's an expert in something, hey, make sure you connect to Chris. She organizes State of Search every year. Be sure to connect with her and stay tuned and stay slides, or you can just put the 5 things on one slide. Put that up, talk to it, leave the last 15 minutes as Q&A. And suddenly you have a 30-minute show every week. And you just different topics every week for every other week. And then you have a good enough high resolution webcam, and then even you can start out just with like your laptop audio. Or just get like a $100 microphone on your set. Right? Yeah. Yes, sir. For me, my audience is LinkedIn, but Facebook also works. YouTube. Where's your audience right now? Okay. Well, if they're B2B, then definitely LinkedIn. B2C, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. But the really great thing about these platforms like StreamYard, Restream, even something called Riverside, if you want like super high quality resolution, Riverside.fm is also another great platform. You just go live once and it streams to all your platforms. So you press go live and it'll link to LinkedIn, it'll link to Facebook, it'll link to YouTube, it'll link to Twitter even. Yeah. That's another thing. You can see, especially Restream, you can see the comments from every single platform on the screen itself. We have a comment from YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. Let me answer that question from so-and-so on YouTube. Oh, we have a comment from Facebook. And again, you're creating that excitement also. So if you're not sure which platform you're coming from, you just pump it out to all of them and see what happens. Yes, sir. Yeah. Right. Yes. So, number one, those 6, start with nurturing those 6. And so they come back. And so whatever comments they put into your feed, reply to them, engage with them, nurture that. Okay? From there, promote earlier. Okay? The earlier you promote, the more you can invite people. On LinkedIn, when you create an event and a live stream event, you can actually invite up to 1,000 other connections to attend. LinkedIn will send the invitations out to up to 1,000 people per week. So if you can promote up to 7 days before, and so you can invite 1,000 people the first week, and then another 1,000 people the next week. And so you're inviting people to attend. You can also incorporate it into your email. Hey, I have this, if you have a consistent newsletter, you can tell them you have a show coming up. Okay? And again, from there, if you have guests or industry leaders, I create little promo images for my guests, and I tell them to post that and provide a link, so then they can invite their guests and their network to come to the show. So over time, you're like just increasing connection, building relationships. That's commerce. Acknowledging your audience, commenting, inspiring. Yeah.
All right, one last question, and then we can move on. Answer one last question.
Oh, forever. By the way, yes, thank you for that question, because on every platform, the replay is immediately available after the live. In addition, you can download the recording of your live stream from StreamYard or Restream or whatever the platform. That's where you can do all of these purposes. So, yes, it's forever. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. Thanks for your time.